Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 2 of Power Hour here on DirtTrackDigest.tv, or, well, I should say our Facebook page, as well as on our YouTube channel here tonight, and, of course, on the front page of Dirt Track Digest as well. So if you are looking to hear and watch this episode, well, you're going to get it all over the place. Last week was the trial episode, the first edition of this Power Hour, as we call it. So great to be here with you. My name is Mike Mallett. We'll be taking around the world of dirt track racing here tonight, all courtesy of DirtTrackDigest.tv. We are live from Albany, Saratoga, Penn Speedway, Big Diamond, and Can-Am Speedway as we just about wrap up the 2022 regular season here at our weekly racetracks. A couple of tracks, unfortunately, Mother Nature hammering them, but you'll see that as it comes through the ticker here on the bottom of the screen. So again, Mohawk International, one of our tracks, falling to rain here earlier today. A couple of our other places in rain delay, and I'm taking a look here at Can-Am, and they're getting the Packers out there, but they do have cars on the Speedway getting heat in the engines. They have the 602 sprint cars getting heat in the engines there. So a lot of great things coming up here tonight on the Power Hour here again, and thanks for tuning in. I already see some folks checking in the chat. Great to have you here with us. Sandy Miller, Raymond Oliver, Dwayne Collins, thanks for joining us. Glad to have you on board for episode number 2 here of Power Hour. Now, before we get into this week's racing action, I had the pleasure last night of being at one of our weekly tracks, the Ransomville Speedway. The Super Dirt Car Series invaded the Summer Nationals, and it ended up being a, 2-day program because Mother Nature was not kind to us. Wednesday night, we got our qualifying action in, and then just as the Big Block Modified Feature main event was about to go green, Mother Nature had other ideas. She dropped some heavy stuff on us for about 45 minutes to an hour, and that was all she wrote. So we went back last night to the Ransomville Speedway for the Summer Nationals, and right now we want to head over to the highlights from that event, and these come to us courtesy of our friends at Dirt Vision.
Making PowerPoint off at turn 4. We're there, we're green, and we are racing at Ransomville. Field charges up into turns number 1 and 2 and up to the high side. Goes Matt Williamson. He'll have the advantage. Oh, contact there between Britton and Lindbergh. Backstretch we go, and it's going to be Decker shooting by to the inside. Through turns number 3 and 4, Williamson leads the charge. Battle for second is on. Billy Decker to the inside of Britton. Britton holds him off at the line.
Batman holding off the Franklin Flyer, going down into turn at number 1 and 2, and a battle for fourth as well. Lindbergh and Matt Shepard. They work off the corner down the back straightaway. Superman's up to the 4th spot, and he's going to bring Adam Pearson with him down low. Friesen and McLaughlin working the top behind him as they work off.
So the 88 of Matt Williamson works the bottom of the Speedway through turns 3 and 4, and he is about a straightaway behind slower traffic. So that is coming. Battle now starting to pick up for position number 2, as here comes the 91 of Decker. Decker dives to the inside of Britton. Side by side off at turn number 2. Britton, the rider racing 21A, too strong right now for Billy Decker.
Field back into turn number 3, and Decker's going to try it again on the outside this time. Will he pull it to even terms off turn number 4? The answer to that, no. Britton will hold him off by the car length. They're into turn number 1. Now Decker heads down to the bottom. Britton will ride the top of the Speedway. Britton once again to launch off the corner with those two battling. Superman is reeled in, both of them, as Williamson will approach lap traffic here in a couple of circuits.
Off at turn number 4, Decker, huge run that time off the top side, pulled to the back bumper of the 21A into 1 and 2. Decker again tries to work the Uke tires on the bottom of the Speedway. Britton just a tick better that time off the top into 3 and 4. Decker will utilize that outside lane. Oh, Britton slides up, closes the door on Billy Decker. He'll make it a car length now, separating positions number 2 and 3, but Decker's not done. He'll go back to work one more time on the bottom. Off at 2, Peter Britton now 2 car lengths over Billy Decker.
11 to field is back traffic. We got Marcus Dinkins around in turn 2. Caution lights are on for the first time tonight. The Leaf Raceway 17 of Marcus Dinkins just got loose down low on the bottom of the racetrack.
Through turns 3 and 4, green lights come on. We are back underway with Williamson on the outside, and as I predicted, Shepard liked the top groove. He's on the outside of Decker as they go into turns 1 and 2. Side by side off the turn, Williamson to the lead and maintains that advantage over Peter Britton. Now Matt Shepard jumps around Decker. He'll take over position number 3 for the moment. Decker looking to rally and regroup on the inside off at turn 4. Not enough. Shepard now on the podium.
Shepard on the podium, but I don't think Superman's done yet. He's looking to the inside of Batman. As they work off turn number 2 down the back straightaway, it's still Britton ahead of Shepard. They work into turn number 3. Shepard also looking to become a 3-time winner of the Summer Nationals, as he'll look for the 2 spot underneath Peter Britton. Britton will slam the door shut as he almost rub rails back into 1.
Into turns number 1 and 2, Shepard dives down low. That bottom groove starting to pick up the pace a little bit here off of turn number 2. We've seen the top be dominant here early on, and now Shepard is making that bottom go. Britton keeps it up on the top side, wound up, and now the 91 of Decker starting to close in on Shepard. So Shepard working on Britton, trying a different lane here on the racetrack on the bottom, and that's allowing Decker to stay close as they exit turn 2 and onto the back straightaway. So let's see what Shepard does here. Britton this time goes to the middle lane, and now that opens the door for Matt Shepard on the top side. Britton and Shepard just cannot get rid of one another. Britton is doing all he can to hold off the 9S of Matt Shepard into turns number 3 and 4. Now we've got caution on the Speedway car slow here on the front stretch. That is the Jeremy Smith Racing, Smith Site Development number 12 of Darren Smith. So Smith off the pace, caution lights are on here with 22 laps showing complete on the lap counter. Off at turn number 4, we're at the VP Race Fuels making PowerPoint. We're back to green. Britton gets a great restart this time. He hangs with the 88 of Williamson. Off at turn number 2, Williamson a tick stronger, tick better that time, able to hold off the challenge from the Batman. But Peter Britton not going away. Britton works the bottom through turns number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, behind them, Billy Decker rallies around the outside to get by the 9S of Matt Shepard, and here comes Stuart Friesen. Friesen now into the top 5 with the number 44 and working the high lane off at 2 as Decker and Shepard tangle here into turn number 3. Off at turn number 4, we're at the VP Race Fuels making PowerPoint. We're back to green. Britton gets a great restart this time. He hangs with the 88 of Williamson. Off at turn number 2, Williamson a tick stronger, tick better that time, able to hold off the challenge from the Batman. But Peter Britton not going away. Britton works the bottom through turns number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, behind them, Billy Decker rallies around the outside to get by the 9S of Matt Shepard, and here comes Stuart Friesen. Friesen now into the top 5 with the number 44 and working the high lane off at 2 as Decker and Shepard tangle here into turn number 3. So we'll stay clean and green here as Johnson pulls off the racetrack. Shepard again takes a look to the inside. Is the bottom starting to come in? Shepard gets the run. He'll pull even with Billy Decker on the backstretch. Into 3 and 4 now. Matt Shepard drifts up through the middle. Decker keeps it up on the high side. Off of turn number 4, Shepard is there. Shepard oh so close to taking away spot number 3. Into turns number 1 and 2. Shepard again dives low. Decker much better exit this time, but Shepard again gets the run. They're even now as they work into corners number 3 and 4. Matt Shepard looking for a podium spot off at turn number 4. This time I think he's going to get it done at the line. Too close to call. Looking at the transponders, we'll say Billy Decker's got it by a whisker that time.
A whisker indeed for Billy Decker, but this time Shepard might clear him down the back straightaway, but they got to use St. Savor in the pick. So we'll see where Shepard's got to go. He's got to move up at least the middle of the racetrack, and he will stop the momentum for now. Decker still 3rd, Shepard 4th, Friesen in 5th, as Peter Britton had a tough time getting around Paul St. Savor, but the yellow lights are coming on one more time for J.F. Corrieville, who is slowing on the back straightaway in the Grinder Steakhouse 90-60.
Matt Williamson on the throttle. Everybody else does the same, and we are green off at turn number 4. And again, good restart there by Shepard. Into turns 1 and 2. Peter Britton through the middle. He'll follow Matt Williamson. And how about Lindbergh? Lindbergh rocketing around the top side. Another guy coming with him, the 25 of Eric Rudolph. Rudolph now to the outside of Stuart Friesen as they go into 3 and 4.
They work off the corner, the fire starter and Stu working off the turn. Gary Lindbergh will take 4th away from Billy Decker by that front Nerf bar going into turn number 1. And Rudy is up to 6th, the 2013 winner of the Summer Nationals. He is the last Ransomville regular to win the big show. Can he do it tonight? But he's got tough company behind him as he's going after Decker as Lindbergh will work the outside off turn 4.
Yeah, Lindbergh keeps it up on the top side.
Adam Pearson and Pete McNell has reeled in both of them. Mr. Smallblock will start to turn up the wick just behind him in that battle for the top 10 run, possibly for McNell. As Marcus Dinkins once again slowing on the back straightaway, but we'll keep on going. No, we won't. Caution lights are back on.
The Batman looking to go, catch a launch here off of turn number 4. Green lights come back on, and we're back underway, and Britton gets a good start. Williamson a tick stronger into turn number 1. Can Britton make something happen here? And here comes Matt Shepard all the way down to the bottom, and look at Gary Lindbergh roll the outside. Gary Lindbergh in the number 37, jumping up to the 3 spot. Through turns 3 and 4, it is all Matt Williamson. Off at turn 4, he'll lead the way. Peter Britton better be careful, though, as Lindbergh closing in on him. Now Shepard dives low. Great battle for position number 3.
Shepard down low, Lindbergh up high, and Lindbergh will clear him off turn number 2. Third place goes back to the Sittler Racing 37S of Lindbergh, but Shepard's going to drive it in a little deeper that time into the corner. Billy Decker lurking right behind in 5th. Dave Farney will show him the white flag. The final lap in the 37th running of these Summer Nationals will start right now for the Buzz Chew Racing 88 of Money Matt Williamson. Current Ransomville points leader in search of a second straight divisional title, but the reigning champs finally going to get one at home.
Off at turn number 4, Money Matt, no place like home. He takes your Super Dirt Car Series win. Peter Britton second, Gary Lindbergh third, Matt Shepard, Eric Rudolph, the top 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Summer National Super Dirt Car winner, Mighty Matt Williamson.
Well, we're back here on Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. There was a quick look at the highlights from last night's Summer National 75 up at the Ransomville Speedway. Matt Williamson, if anybody needed a victory, it was him. That team has had a good season. I mean, if by any stretch you look at the points, they're second in Super Dirt Car Series points, but had yet to find victory lane in a full-point event last night. Finally got it done at their home track, the Ransomville Speedway. Of course, Peter Britton, the Batman, another driver, needed a strong finish, finishes second. And then Gary Lindbergh, how about it? Gary Lindbergh, the driver out of Ridgeway, Ontario, getting third in the main event and getting around Matt Shepard. Shepard finishes 4th. Eric Rudolph starts 12th and finishes in spot number 5. So looking around at some different racetracks right now here and what we've got going on, Dirt Track Digest TV. We're going to take you right now over to the Albany Saratoga Speedway, and they were rolling through their heat race events, and right now heat race number 2 for the Sportsman Division is on track.
Row 1, row 2 going to be Taylor LaPlante in the 32 and Tyler Rapp in the 2A. Elliott Luce here in the 4, Dylan Madsen in the 89. That's row 3. Row 4, Andrew Buff with the 92. And one of our first-time winners last week, the 405 of Travis Whitbeck, starts outside of him. They work their way up off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Dave Baranowski taking the outside lane, trying to make his way around, and he will. The 23 of Tommy D'Angelo. D'Angelo down to the inside. Baranowski's got it wound up on the high side. Dave Baranowski Jr. with the Ghetto Child Racing 112 car. Coming down off of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 2. Tommy D'Angelo rides there in second. Got to go back a ways to find Tyler Rapp. He's your third place man. Spot number 4 is car number 4. That is Elliott Luce here. And one of our winners a week ago, the 405 of Travis Whitbeck, now going to round out your top 5. Where Whitbeck has really found something in that 405 here of late. Picked up a win in the held over feature last Friday night, then came back, had a top 5 finish, top 3 finish actually, in the second feature. And right now looking good here in the early going of tonight's racing program. Up into the 5th place position. He'll challenge for 4th now. He'll pull down to the inside of Elliott Luce here as they make their way through turn 3 and 4, down to the 2 to go sign. This time by. 2 laps remain here, and now Whitbeck takes over. 4th position. That'll put him in the handicap process. White flag out this time by. Final time around as the field makes their way off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dave Baranowski Jr. in the 112 car, going to bring him down to checkers. Baranowski will get the win. Tommy D'Angelo going to come home second with the 32C. The 2 of Tyler Rapp will finish 3rd. 4th spot goes to Travis Whitbeck in the 405, and rounding out your top 5 is the 4 of Elliott Luce here.
So there's Heat 1 for the Sportsman at Albany Saratoga. We're gonna stay at Albany Saratoga. Everybody else fighting some weather. They're gonna get going. They're just running into the tracks and so on and so forth. Want to say take this opportunity between heats here to say hi to some folks. Sarah Spoonhour from the Thunder Mountain Speedway. I got to ask you, is the Turn 1 Tavern on tonight or what? Is the Turn 1 Tavern tune it in to DTD Power Hour? Because every time I mention the Turn 1 Tavern, they should have to, a real power hour, okay? I want to say hi to Milo Day watching from Troy. David Boykis watching from Myrtle Beach. Thanks, David. Paul, how you doing tonight? And I see we got some other folks watch as well. Ed came, first-time viewer, long time. Ed, miss you, man. It's been way too long since I've had a chance to catch up with you. But we appreciate you being on board with us here tonight on Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. Again, we're taking a look at the Albany Saratoga Speedway. You can buy the entire broadcast tonight for just $21.99. Again, we're just giving you a sneak peek here. But now we'll go back to Dan Martin, and he'll have the call here on Sportsman Heat Race number 3.
Four-time champion here in the Sportsman division. That's the 22 of Tim Hartman Jr. And shotgun on the field, Mike Benson, starting in the Shaden Massa number 2 car. 3 deep back there for 4 spot. Hartman on the inside, Cormy on the outside, smack dab in the middle, the 06 of Mike Coffey Jr. Coffey gonna pull out of that 3-car battle with the 4th position. Here comes Cormy back at him up on the outside. Keep in mind, 4 cars transfer. Correction on that, 6 cars transfer, 4 cars handicap. So the top 4 will go into the handicap process. 5th and 6th place cars will fall in after the top 16.
Dirt Track Digest.
As they make their way down here, here's Drew Cormy going outside, up between turn 3 and 4. Cormy up in the high line down here to turn number 1, looking high. Here comes Tim Hartman Jr. now. Hartman looking down to the inside of Cormy, trying to advance his position. They come down across the line, putting 5 on the board this time by. Hartman will nose ahead of Drew Cormy. That'll put him in the top 5. He needs 1 more to get into a handicap spot. As your leader, the 42D of Dan Grignan, going to lead the way down the back straightaway. Grignan out front. Here comes Jim Osgood trying to draw up on him as they'll come to the white flag this time. White flag is out. 1 more time around for Dan Grignan in the Onyx Industries 42D car. Grignan out front. Here comes Osgood. 1 last run. Not going to happen. Grignan going to pick up the win. Dan Grignan gets the win with the 42D. Jim Osgood with the 26 comes home second. Travis Billington will finish in third with the 30. The 06 of Mike Coffey Jr. will finish fourth, and rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 22 of Tim Hartman Jr.
So we'll come back to the Albany Saratoga Speedway a little bit later on in tonight's broadcast. Again, still waiting for everybody to fire off. Looks like Penn Speedway, they're still doing some wheel packing there. Track's definitely got a little tack to it down there. Again, Can-Am is still wheel packing. And Big Diamond Speedway kicks off at 7:45. And it will be their championship night at Big Diamond. As you know, a couple of weeks here. Next weekend is their Coal Cracker weekend. And they'll have a lot of racing action for you. Friday night of Labor Day weekend. They have events for the mass sprint cars, so it's the 305 sprints, sportsmen as well. But then on Sunday, September the 4th, that's the date that we all are excited about. That is the Coal Cracker 72, $17,000 to win at Big Diamond. Now, since we got a pause in the action, we got some friends watching down from the Thunder Mountain Speedway. Again, we got some highlights from all over the place. Let's take a look at the race in action from Thunder Mountain last week. Coming into this week, this is their championship week tomorrow night, and we will have the broadcast available for $19.99. But Alan Barkin currently leads the open modified standings down there. He's got a 19-point advantage over Jimmy Zacharias and Darren Smith. So let's take a look at some of the action from last week at Thunder Mountain Speedway as we wait for our tracks to kick off here tonight. Once they beat their battle with Mother Nature, what they are going to do here this evening.
Field works their way down into turns 3 and 4. Sheely, Cummings, they are the front row. They fire in turns 3 and 4. Green flag comes out. We're underway. Landon Cummings shows the way for the first time through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they work. Matt Mead up into third. He gets around Bailey Boyd and holds the spot. 3 wide behind him with Barker, Smith, and Nye. Off the turn, Barker moving to the 5 spot. No Nye. Field now to 3 and 4. Cummings elects the top side. Mead in second. They fire up a 4, and we're back to green. Oh, the cone just got drop kicked. And the cone takes itself right into the infield, so it looks like we'll stay green. Everybody works down the back straightaway, and fast Matt Mead jumps out to the race lead. He gets around Cummings. He'll try to slide up to the top side. He will do so. He's clear. Mead, your leader. Mead starting to drive away from Cummings now, and Zacharias. Mead over the cushion a little in 3 and 4. Cummings looked to make a move back. Couldn't quite do it. Oh, problems. Darren Smith, Garrett Rushlow. Smith was starting to bounce like that car was going to get up and over. Car stayed on all 4 wheels. Rushlow parks it on his front end, and the yellow's out. Top 10. Through 3 and 4, Mead fires. Green flag's out. We're underway. Oh, Alan Barker got a fantastic restart. He will go around Cummings, say thank you very much, and move into second. Oh, Mead up the hill. Here comes Barker. Barker looked low, unable to do anything about it. Through 3 and 4 this time. Mead once again just a little over the cushion, but boy, he's found something out there. He'll drive away from Barker and take the race lead. For Kenny Titus, your leader Matt Mead, right up on the top side. He will work to get around Titus. He's first to go. Titus goes a lap down. Next up, it's Jeff Sheely. Sheely also running in the high lane. Barker gaining some ground on Mead. Mead's going to split him 3 wide with the lappers. Matt Mead right down to the bottom, and now Barker's got Titus and Sheely side by side. Mead will clear those two and leave that battle right there for Barker. Will Barker split him? He can't do so. He gets into Kenny Titus. And they're still side by side. Mead's going to clear Rushlow here and pretty much be home free. He's only got 1 more lap to go. The white flag is out for Matt Mead. The Smith Site Management, Scott Jeffries Performance Plus, Tamco Management, Jeremy Smith Racing, number 28. For the final time in the 3 and 4, he's not just fast, Matt Mead, tonight. He's the fastest. Matt Mead gets it done. First career open modified win. Alan Barker will be second. Got to go a little bit back now to Jimmy Zacharias in third. Landon Cummings fourth. Jason Andrews hauls his way up to fifth.
So there's a look at Thunder Mountain from last Saturday night. Again, we'll be back in action tomorrow night here on DirtTrackDigest.tv. Still waiting for tracks to fire off. Wheel packing going on at Penn Can-Am's just starting to get some hot laps on track. So we're getting closer, folks. We're getting closer, folks, to getting things rolling here. And again, we will stay right here on Dirt Track Digest TV. We call this Power Hour. Last week we went about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. So if we got to stay a little longer because of Mother Nature, we will be right here on our Facebook page and on YouTube. A few more folks want to say hi to Jim. Come on, Jim. You're really watching in China. That would be fantastic if you were. I'm assuming you're using a VPN from China, but hey, congratulations. Matt watching from Rutland, Vermont. Thanks for being here with us. Will watching from Skodak, New York, and Dave's watching from Brookville, Connecticut. And big shout out to my buddy Dave at Dave's Racing Collectibles, because if you see all the modifieds over my shoulders, that's where all of them were purchased from. So thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Thanks for helping building the set. I had a great time building the collection. So again, we are searching kind of Mother Nature, trying to beat out Mother Nature again. Everybody's going to get things rolling. The rain has moved out of the area, so we're good on all of our broadcasts tonight. But because of what moved through earlier in the day, these tracks are a little bit behind. So Albany Saratoga is the only one live right now. So one track that we we're live from last week for the first time with their own crew is the Mohawk International Raceway. Great friend up there, John Lazor. Appreciate all they do for us up there. And Mother Nature got them tonight. But last Friday night, spectacular feature. Great feature, and I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'm actually going to send it up there right now. We're going to take a look at the highlights from Mohawk International. Again, we'll go back to some live racing once we get back from these highlights. But what a fantastic race last week. If you've never had a chance to watch Mohawk or get up there, I recommend checking it out. I've seen some fantastic racing there the last couple of seasons when I've had the chance to get up here. So let's take a look at last Friday night's event from Mohawk International.
Coming off of turn 4, Jackson, Stacy, we're underway. Quickly, the cars get bunched up going into turn 1 on the bottom. It's a log jam. We've got cars into each other. We got one off the pace. Johnny Jackson, something happened in that race machine. Looks like he's just going to come to a stop going into turn 3, and that'll bring out the yellow flag. For turn 4, odd color tire is where we like to fire. Into turn 1 we go. Brian McDonald goes to the top side. Stacy sees him there. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Off of turn number 4. Brian McDonald, early race lead.
Maresca on the bottom side still sits there in second. Jordan McCready back about 5 car lengths. Here's Maresca on the inside. A big move by Mike to try to get by. McDonald still stays on the outside with some great side-by-side action here. And Maresca has the lead. McDonald trying to come back on the backside and on the top side of the track. And can't quite get him as Mike Maresca now has the lead. McCready right there on the outside part of the speedway. The battle is on for 3rd and 4th between McDonald and Lance Willix. And McDonald goes way to the outside part of the speedway, and that lets Willix and Rabbie try to get by. Willix is already in front, Rabbie on the low side. 20 laps completed of the 30th running of the Memorial Cup, and here's Bob to carry you on.
Yeah, Maresca with a good run on the bottom of the racetrack. McCready seems to get a good bite off the top of the racetrack, but he can't quite keep track of the 7mm of Mike Maresca. Good battle on the back of the racetrack. Here we go. McCready with a good run at the top of the racetrack. Maresca's just too much to handle on the bottoms. He gets good bite off of the exit at 2. He sets the car to the bottom of the racetrack through 3 and 4. He's going to slide up just a bit in front of McCready. They're going to go 1, 2 across the line. It's the 01 of Chris Rabbie running into 3rd position. Gage
Maresca changes lanes. Maresca to the top side. McCready might have him this time. Yes, sir. Jordan McCready, new leader on lap 27. Side by side down the backstretch. Now Maresca pulls ahead by a nose. McCready right there. Maresca goes to the bottom to pinch him off. Off of turn 4. Maresca continues to lead. Now Chris Rabbie inches forward off of turn 4. Starting to apply some pressure here to the inside of Jordan McCready. Maresca doing well. McCready gets around Mitchell and give him a bit of a hip check to send him off the speedway. Off of turn number 4. Mitchell's going to take it behind the wall here, but off of turn 4. 4 laps to go.
The 01 looking at the bottom of the racetrack. They run nose to tail through 3 and 4. They hit the line this time. White flag is out. One more trip around the park for Maresca. But here comes Chris Rabbie on the top side of the racetrack. He cuts the lead in half and settles back into the 2nd position. Rabbie takes to the top side. Rabbie pitches the race car towards the top of the racetrack. He's going to use the lap car. Chris Rabbie's going to win the Memorial Cup. Nice job by Chris Rabbie as he keeps the 7M of Mike Maresca pinned behind the lap car. The 01 is your winner.
Well, welcome back to Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. You got a great look there last week at The event's up at the Mohawk International Raceway. What a finish. Chris Raby getting Mike Maresca on the final lap in the final turn, using the old pick and roll with the lap car. Unbelievable, unbelievable finish up there, Mohawk. Unfortunately, Mother Nature claiming that event here tonight on DirtTrackDigest.tv. But again, everybody else starting to get things rolling. I can see there's hot laps starting to kick off here at Can-Am. Still doing some wheel packing down at Penn, getting that track run in, and of course we'll be with you from Big Diamond here at 7:45 for their championship night. A lot of folks tuning in here tonight. Great to see, great to have you on board with us. And again, if you see me looking around, it's because I got screens everywhere here, so I'm trying to look at you, look at the screen, so don't mind me. Let's take a look here. Mr. Freeze, Jamie Weeknecht, of all people, liking the Mr. Freeze nickname. I am not a Mr. Freeze nickname for Stuart Friesen. If anybody asks me, I am not. But Jamie, KB19, as his name known on the forum, thanks for tuning in with us. Paul, thanks for watching from Candor with Stephanie. Stephanie, hi, Stephanie. How are you? Want to welcome Norman to the show. Mark watching with us tonight. Donald Buchanan watching from Indianapolis, Indiana. Thanks for being with us. Sandy Miller's still sticking with us, so again, thank you everybody to tuning in here and watching episode number 2 of Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. We're enjoying this. We're having fun with it. Again, we kicked this off last week, and we're looking to do this here during the regular season, kind of as we move forward. And again, I'm watching things going on at Can-Am. They're still trying to get that track sorted out over there. They're working hard. They're working on it. It's just about there. And they got some 358 modified hot laps on track right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Tim Baltz up at Can-Am, and we'll take a look at the hot laps as they finally blow the little bit of greasiness, as they say in the South, off the racetrack.
Lights are back on, and we're back underway. So Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman ready to roll trackside for their first hot lap session of the day. Some drivers electing to not come on out for that hot lap session.
Again, going to stay live here on Can-Am. Just let them working through hot laps here. Again, Mother Nature hit them late in the afternoon, but they're fighting through it. The Bartlett family looking to get this show in here tonight. Only a couple of shows left up there at Can-Am, but tonight you can buy the broadcast $19.99, and still plenty of time to do that as they are only just running hot laps. But we'll send it back over to Tim Baltz here. Looks like Dirt Car Sportsman on track for their hot lap sessions.
Auto service ride. The Man Shop coming aboard that ride this year for 2022 as well. Eric Nyer from Carthage in car number 34, making his way off of turn number 2. Jonathan Murphy in the 62, another Carthage native just behind him. Greg Brinklow from Sydenham, Ontario in the 707. Brennan Moore in the 35B from Elgin, Ontario, Canada. From Russell, it's Franklin Mackin in the 63M, making his way through turns 1 and 2. So that'll do it for group number 1 here in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. One more driver making their way out onto the Speedway. This is Dave Rogers out of Lafargeville, New York, in car number 44.
Well, the good thing is, up here at Can-Am, if you just saw the speed shot there looking down the front stretch, you could see the sunshine in the background, and that is a positive for our friends up at Can-Am. Again, you can buy tonight's broadcast just $19.99 and catch all the action, literally all the action. We've been live since about 7 o'clock there, but they're still rolling through hot laps after Mother Nature, again, gave them a little bit of a hiccup here earlier in the day.
Back on July 22nd. First feature win in about 3 years for Riom. Was a standout in the karting rinks many seasons ago before making the jump into the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman, as was Bladen Arquette in the 18. Bladen, a strong runner in the kart ranks. Jessica Powers had a really good season in the 52 machine out of Kingston, regular at Brockville here on Saturday nights and regular here on Friday nights as well. 3 wins over there at the Boss in 2022. And is the defending Ogilvy's Auto and Fleet Triple Crown Series champion over there as well. Looking to defend that title, but would love to get a victory here at Can-Am. It's been since 2019 since he's been to victory lane here. Green lights are back on, and session number 1 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman is underway. Session number 1 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman is drawn to a close. Dave Rogers puts it atop the leaderboard, 19.755. 19.755 for Dave Rogers. Eric Nyer, 20.341. Jessica Power, third quick, 20.369. Josh Riom finishing up in position number 4 in hot.
Well, there's a little look at Can-Am as they run their hot lap sessions here this evening. Looking at what's going on at Can-Am here in 2022, it has been the Tim Fuller show up there at Can-Am. Tim Fuller, a 5-time feature winner. He's got a 78-point advantage over Ryan Bartlett, who does have a feature win. Billy Dunn's got a win on the season, but did miss an event up there. Unfortunately, the COVID got him, so he was out of competition for a week. Lance Willix sits 4th in the points, and then Sean Shaw sits 5th. So time winding down up there at Can-Am. Actually, time winding down everywhere. And looking at some upcoming events up at the Can-Am Speedway, we have tomorrow night, Friday, September the 2nd is championship night. And, of course, the Dirt Car Modified 358 title will be decided that night. And then their big show to wrap up the season will come on Friday, September the 9th, and that is the showdown in September. They will have the Dirt Car 358 Modified Series, Sportsman Series there as well. And we'll have that live right here on DirtTrackDigest.tv. So still monitoring what's going on. So 2 tracks firing off here, big time, and just about ready to go, set and ready to roll with their program here this evening. So a lot of good things about to happen. Just, again, things playing out a little bit later than normal here tonight. But we're going to stay right through our qualifying heats. And then, of course, we want you to switch on over to DirtTrackDigest.tv, buy your favorite broadcast, and check us out. I see a few more people checking in with us here tonight. Don, thanks for the kind words, my man. Robert, thanks for watching from Rutland, Vermont. We appreciate you, and thanks for being on board with us here on DirtTrackDigest.tv. Power Hour. I got to tell you, I'm having a blast with this. It has been a ton of fun, and we're going to keep it going. Now, as I mentioned, tomorrow night, we've got a couple of shows for you. We're going to be at Lebanon Valley and Thunder Mountain.
High Torque of New York is your one-stop shop for all torque tool and industrial bolting needs. High Torque is the industry leader for torque and tension products with more than 50 years in business. Buy or rent pneumatic, battery-powered, or hydraulic units to easily loosen or accurately torque nuts and bolts. When it comes to service, no one matches High Torque of New York's 24/7 coverage with on-site torque wrench calibration and repair, rentals, training, and bolting solutions. Putting the torque in New York.
DirtTrackDigest.tv is your #1 source for watching dirt track racing live or on demand from anywhere.
Johnson, and they make contact!
On your smartphone, tablet, computer, or TV. DirtTrackDigest.tv is the ultimate streaming experience for race fans, brought to you by race fans. DirtTrackDigest.tv. If it's on dirt, it's on DirtTrackDigest.tv.
Welcome back to Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. My name is Mike Mallett. Thanks for tuning in for episode number 2 here on our Facebook and YouTube channels. Again, we've been taking you around the world of racing here tonight. Albany, Saratoga, Can-Am Speedway, Big Diamond, and Penn Can available for broadcast on DirtTrackDigest.tv. Of course, you can catch all the action at Penn Can on RaceReport.tv, our friends down there in the Southern Tier. So while we got a pause here, we're going to get to some more racing action here momentarily, but we do have some results rolling in from around the world here. Afton, Chad O'Hara and Kenny Titus picking up heat race victories down there. Brewerton Speedway, I got to tell you, it's a little weird. I'm doing this broadcast from Brewerton, and I can hear the racing outside as I'm here doing the broadcast. Larry White, Marshall Hurd, Max McLaughlin taking the wins there at Brewerton in heat race action. Then Utica Rome Speedway, so far we've got 2 qualifying events in. Jamike Soul and Alan Barker have won heat races. So still racing action going here at some different places. And things, heat races yet to come, of course, so they're not quite complete with those heat race events. So, but as they roll through, we'll take you to those races. Still got hot laps going at Can-Am. Again, still waiting on track prep over there at Penn Can Speedway. They're still wheel packing and doing some things down there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Looking up at Can-Am, yeah, like I said, hot laps. Big Diamond's got some hot laps rolling. So let's take a minute. Head over to Big Diamond Speedway since they got hot laps on track.
Driver under 20 seconds. Mike Schneck, Caitlin Bailey in her rookie season was 3rd quickest right now. Josh Mooney was 4th fastest. Chad Pudalevich was 5th fastest. Xavier Sprague, Amanda Buchel, Mackenzie Smith in the triple nickel. Now, Mackenzie was out here, I believe, 2 weeks ago when we had the sprint cars here that night. The entire Smith family was here on both sides, sprints, modifieds, and Kenzie was making her debut here with that triple nickel car. She did not qualify, but she's out to try it here again today and carrying on the family legacy of the Smiths racing. Hails out of Kunkletown. Skylar Sheriff was the 9th fastest in that first group at 30. Well, he really didn't make much noise out there, but was 9th fastest. So we bring out the second.
So you're listening to Dino Alberto down at the Big Diamond Speedway. Again, they're running their hot laps here on championship night. And as they're running through this, let's take a look at the Big Diamond point standings coming into tonight. Brett Cressley is the point leader. He has 1,607 points. Dwayne Howard is second, 1,577. Craig Von Dorn, 1,522. Nick Rachinski, 1,445. And Loudon Reimert, 1,428. So realistically, all of those drivers have a shot at the title. Legitimately, I think it's going to come down to the final 3 there. Brett Cressley, Dwayne Howard, and Craig Von Dorn. And the points at Big Diamond, they race for a lot of points each and every night. So we're going to keep an eye on those points here tonight and see kind of how things work. Craig Von Dorn coming off a big win there last Friday night in the prelude to the Coal Cracker, took home $10,000, and then, of course, coming up on Sunday, September the 4th, Coal Cracker 72, $17,000 to win, and I know I will be there for that. I'm excited and looking forward to that one.
Danny B, not where he wants to be. Bucka Fusca was slid up on the out of turn one and almost bought the tire wall up there. By the way, Brandon Edgar, second. He's fastest of this group. Well, check that as the cars are going by and the laps are dwindling here. Kyle Kenya has just jumped to the top with the 17G car. Now he's looking to finish in the top 5 in points. He just did a 19.377. And Sean Elk. Sean came out last week for the first time since way, way back at the beginning of the season. Sean right now, third fastest at 19.637. Point leader, Brandon Edgar, 19.876. Talon Carter, another driver looking to finish in the top 5. In the one junior at 19.930. And the Messy Pig, number X5 of Darrell Dissinger. Dow getting around at just under 20 seconds. There's Alex Bartarillo in the number 261. Alex not too bad. He's among the top 10 fastest right now. As Jeff Merkel, your chief starter here at Big Diamond Speedway, throws the checkered flag to put the crate cars. All right, Corey Reniger in the 5C will be the first car to roll out in this initial group of 358 Insinger Performance Modifieds as they prepare for their hot lap session on this championship night here at Big Diamond Speedway. As we went over, there is countless scenarios that are in place here tonight between Brett Kressley, Dwayne Howard, Craig Von Dorn, and yes, even Nick Rochinski and Loudon Reimert are all part of this. So we got 5 drivers that in one way or another have an opportunity to walk out of here tonight with the championship for the 2022 season, the 50th year anniversary of racing here at Big Diamond Speedway. Brett Kressley, 30 points to the good.
Well, race fans, right now, we're going to roll over to the Albany Saratoga Speedway to my friend Danny Martin, as we're going to take a look at a couple of modified heats, as modified heat race number 2 is rolling out onto the track right now.
In the Super Dirt Car Series event, heat race number 2 going to make their way up onto the raceway now. As they make their way up onto the track, we'll set the grid. 9 starters starting inside front row. It's going to be the 2-time champion. This is Don Ronca. And the number 7, outside of him, young Ryan McCartney with the 18. Third-generation driver Keith Flack with the 43, and Neil Stratton, the 87, make up row 2. Jesse Mueller in the 19, and Robbie Pitcher in the 17 make up row 3. Mark Johnson and Mike Mahaney in row 4, and Brett Graham in the 825, rounding out your starting grid. Down the back straightaway they run, down to turn number 3. Don Ronca going to lead them down off of corner number 4. Ronca will lead lap 1. Ryan McCartney rides second. Here's Keith Flack dropping low on him as they work their way down here into turn number 3. Flack on the low line, even lower goes Jesse Mueller. Mueller trying to get a run there. Here's Mark Johnson now looking down to the inside, the 87 of Neil Stratton. Leaders working down off of corner number 4. Don Ronca showing the way. The 43 at Keith Flack riding second. Now Flack going to take the inside line. He'll try and nose ahead of Ronca. Ronca going to come back at him. He'll drive it deep up into turn number 1. Flack and Ronca come off the corner together. Down to turn number 3 they go. Keith Flack, your new leader. Don Ronca now going to have to fend off the challenge there by Jesse Mueller. Mueller down to the inside of Ronca as they work their way up off of turn number 2. Mueller goes to second. Ronca back to third. Ryan McCartney rides in 4th spot. Rounding out your top 5, the 3J of Mark Johnson. Johnson now going to dive down to the inside of Ryan McCartney. Johnson looking low here off of turn number 4. He'll set sights now on the 7 of Don Ronca as they work off of corner number 2. Couple of 2-time champions going at it back there for the number 3 spot. But it's going to be car number 3 now going to spot number 3. Mark Johnson taking that spot away. White flag is out, and you've got a challenge brewing here for the top spot. Final time around, and Jesse Mueller going to put a late race challenge on. Here comes Mueller trying to run down Flack. Keith Flack up on the high side. Jesse Mueller down to the inside. Flack will hang on for the win. Jesse Mueller going to come home second. Mark Johnson will finish third. 4th spot going to go to Mike Mahaney at the line, and Don Ronca.
So there's heat race 2. Keith Flack getting the win over Jesse Mueller. The Dark Knight, Mark Johnson, finished his third. Mahaney and Ronca, your field there. Taking a look at the point standings at Albany Saratoga before we go back to Danny for heat race number 3. Matt DiLorenzo currently leads the points there, 3-time winner this year, 837 points. Peter Britton second at 790. Mike Mahaney third, 773. Mark Johnson, Kenny Tremont, the top 5. Demetrius Jarlos, Jack Lehner, Adam Pearson, Jesse Mueller, Keith Flack round out the top 10 there. So you can see heat race number 3 rolling here at Albany Saratoga. So you can see your current points leader. Looks like he is starting 6th here in this heat. So Matt DiLorenzo looking to win a second championship here the next couple of weeks. Already has one at Fonda. Looking one for here at Albany Saratoga as we get ready for heat race number 3.
Then we find Kenny Tremont in the 115, Brandon Daly, the 44T, and Zachary Graham back there at the tail in the number 76 machine. Down here through turn 3 and 4, making their way down in front, put lap number 1 on the board. It's going to be Demetrius Drelos showing the way, is now a challenge for second. Side by side, here's Jeremy Pitts on the inside, and the 21C of Brian Calabrese outside of him. Calabrese working a high side. Pitts with the Next Generation Roofing sponsor number 27, using that inside line as they work their way down here off of turn number 4. Up into turn number 1 they go. Calabrese off the top side of the raceway. Down the back straightaway, nosing ahead of Jeremy Pitts. Pitts coming right back at him. Got a great seesaw battle back there for the runner-up position. Jack Lehner dropping down to the inside, trying to get a run on the backside there of Jeremy Pitts as they'll come up on the halfway sign, this time by halfway home. 5 in and 5 remain here in qualifier number 3 for the Napa Auto Parts Modifieds. Good close quarters racing back here off of turn number 4. Yellow is out. Yellow lights are on. Cars together down here in turn 4. The 51 of Scott Huber and the 44 of Brandon Daly. Looks like Huber going to pull away. Daly will not do the same. Looking at it on the TV monitor, those at home watching on DTD TV can clearly see right front corner down on that car. The shock broken right off the shock tower. So Brandon Daly going to come off on the hook as Scott Huber and Brandon Daly together down here in turn 4. Reason for the caution as we are just past halfway here in qualifier number 3. Matt, you still on Facebook?
We could hear Danny Martin there in the background wondering if we're still live on Facebook. Well, yes, Dan, we are live on Facebook from Albany Saratoga. So we'll let Danny talk here.
Want to give a shout out to my good friend Mike Mallett back there in the DTD TV studio.
Hey, Dan.
Power
Thanks.
Hour. Something that they have recently kicked off and certainly has been well acclaimed already here in its early days, its infancy, if you will. Mike Mallett has been, he's been using up the Easy Pass the last couple days, getting a little trip out to the Niagara Frontier. Out doing the honors out at the Big R at Ransomville Raceway last night. Brandon Daly's car going to go back on the hook down here to turn number 1. Field reassembled on the back straightaway. It's going to be Demetrius Drelos with the 111, the 21C. That's Brian Calabrese. Then we got the 27. That's Jeremy Pitts. Outside of him, the 2L. That's the Ginger Ninja. As they come off of turn number 4, Jack Lehner will restart 4th. Down to turn number 1 they go. Point leader, Matty DiLorenzo on the inside of row number 3. He and Kenny Tremont now hooked up in a battle for 5th spot. Working our way down here. 7 laps now on the board for Demetrius Drelos. Jack Lehner down on the inside. Brian Calabrese up on the outside as they work their way down to turn 3. Coming down to 2 to go, this time by. 2 laps remaining. Calabrese up on the cushion. He's got a good bite off of turn number 2. It'll take him to 2nd spot. Here comes Lehner back at him on the inside. They'll come down to the white flag. This time by. White flag is out. Calabrese knows he's got something up top. Demetrius Drelos now going to pull up a bit, take part of that line away. He'll go right back down to the bottom. He'll give Calabrese the top off 4. Down to checkers. It's going to be the 111 of Drelos hanging on.
That was quite the finish there at Albany Saratoga. Demetrius Drelos just holding off Brian Calabrese for the win there. Heck of a race there in heat race number 3. Again, you can buy the broadcast tonight from Albany Saratoga for just $21.99, and we are coming down to the end of the season there at Albany Saratoga as well. Next week is championship night, and then we go to the 9th, 3,000 to win modifieds. Then the Malta Massive weekend will have modifieds on Friday night, September the 23rd, right here on Dirt Track Digest TV. Then on Saturday night, the 24th, the Super Dirt Car Series is in the house, and you'll be able to catch all that action live on Dirt Vision. So, again, that's what's coming up there at Albany Saratoga Speedway. So, it looks like the modified dash coming out here. And I'm looking around. You know what? Let's stay with it. We're going to stay with the modified dash. Let's throw it back to Danny Martin.
4 laps, winner take all. Your 3 heat race winners, C.G. Morian, the 14 to 43. Keith Flack and the 111, our most recent winner, Demetrius Drelos. The 3 runners up, the 215 of Adam Pearson, the 19 of Jesse Mueller, and the most recent, the 21C of Brian Calabrese. Keep in mind, Calabrese knows what he's got up on the high side of the raceway. Can he make a quick charge from the tail as they go down to turn number 1? Keith Flack going to use that outside line as they work off of turn number 2. The Ravenna Rocket working a high line up off of corner number 4. He'll lead him around and lead lap number 1. Adam Pearson using the same line. Now he's going to try and split Maury and the 43 of Flack. Not going to happen. They work down off of corner number 4 in the Atom Bomb. Ready to blast down into turn number 1. The Ravenna Rocket, he'll launch off of corner number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Pearson. Pearson down to the inside, he'll draw even. Flack up on the outside, though too strong for Pearson that time as they come to the white flag. Here's Mueller on the inside now. Drellos back to the back bumper of Mueller. Final time through 3 and 4. Pearson got wide. Keith Flack gonna come home with the win. Flack will get the victory. Pearson recovers to take second spot away from Jesse Mueller at the line. Mueller will finish third. Demetrius.
So there is Albany Saratoga. We'll wrap that up there. Again, $21.99. You can buy all the action there from Albany Saratoga Speedway and get the rest of tonight's racing program. Things are running smooth as they always do down at Albany Saratoga. So Keith Flack there picking up the dash victory. It looks like we're in the middle of our second Thunder Car heat up at Can-Am, so we're going to go to that here momentarily, and then that should lead us into the modifieds. Got a couple more folks want to say hello to. Vogel, my man. How you been, brother? It's been too long. Been too long since we've caught up, man. Charlie Hogan watching from Canada-Harry, close to my hometown. I grew up in Fort Plain, so go Hilltoppers. All right, and Mike Pretty watching from Fort Erie, Canada. Again, thank you, everybody, for being on board tonight and watching Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. I'm having a blast doing this. This has been great. This has been fun. I appreciate everybody tuning in, checking us out, and we're enjoying ourselves. Hopefully you are too, wherever you're watching from. And again, we're just giving you a look into some of the great broadcasts we got live right now on Dirt Track Digest TV, and we're going to go to another one. Here we go. Can-Am Speedway, Thunder Car Heat 2 on track, and that'll roll us into the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds.
Turns 3 and 4, and down the front straightaway once again. Orvis and McIntyre 1 and 2. Halfway home, says Leclerc. 3 down, 3 to go. It's Orvis, McIntyre, and Simons. That's your top 3. Damian Beckler trying to move forward as well. He's up into the top 5, getting around Austin Smith, and now trying to go after the 94 of O.J. White. But in the meantime, Joe Orvis enjoying about a 5-car length advantage over the 52 of McIntyre into turn number 1. Simons trying to move in on them as well as they make their way down the front straightaway with 2 laps left to go. Joe Orvis is in control, finished 3rd this past Friday night at Mohawk on our off week. That race won, of course, by Francis White. As they motor into turn number 3 and 4. Joe Orvis has been getting it done here at Can-Am. A couple of feature wins to his credit. Into the double digits as far as feature wins on the asphalt at Evans Mills on Saturday night. Well in line to win a track title over there. White flag is in the air. I'll tell you what, Justin McIntyre giving him all he can handle right now. McIntyre closing in turn number 1. Orvis has the spot by about a car length. McIntyre washes wide up off of turn number 2. That could be the difference right there as Joe Orvis pulls away down into turn number 3 and 4. McIntyre is going to drive it deep into the corner. Gets close up off of turn number 4. McIntyre is going to give it a run at him up off the turn. Checkered flag in the air. Joe Orvis will collect the win over McIntyre. Simons, O.J. White, Damian Beckler, Austin Smith, Ron White Jr., and Robert Flint. So that will do it for heat race number 2 in the Marcia Gibbons TLC Real Estate Thunder Cars as Joe Orvis collects another heat win here in 2022. Joe gets his 4th heat win of the season. Ties him with Tony Frezzo on the list.
So modifieds on track at Can-Am right now. And again, you can buy tonight's broadcast for just $19.99 from the Can-Am Speedway, the nasty track of the North. And we're going to stay here live with their qualifying events, watching things at Big Diamond right now. They're in their Roadrunner heats, and they are not playing very nice down there. And still in delay at Penn, but they have not thrown in the towel. We've been in contact with our producer down there, Amanda Tuttle from the racereport.tv, and things are still a go, so we'll keep an eye on it at the Penn Speedway. Going to be a late one, but hey, go for it. So here we go. Modified heat race number 1 from Can-Am is up now and on track.
28 with Mike Cousins out of Adams in the 73. Tim Fuller, car number 19, looking to sew up his second straight Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modified Championship here at Can-Am. Fuller, of course, ran for the track championship here on a number of occasions back in the early 90s when he started his modified career, and finally was able to secure his first ever championship here at Can-Am a year ago. Now he is in line to win his second in a row. Eight laps will be the distance. First of 2 heats. The Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358s. Andy Howard and Jordan Kelly on the front row. Off of turn number 4, Leclerc looks him over. Green lights are on and away we go. First time down the back straightaway, it will be Andy Howard jumping out into the race lead. Jordan Kelly, Sean Shaw, the top 3 as they work in 3 and 4. First trip around, it will be Andy Howard in control up off the turn. Andy Howard, Sean Shaw, Jordan Kelly, the top 3 as we watch the battle. Lucas Fuller there for 4th. Jordan McCready holding on to spot number 5 as they make their way down the back straightaway. Preston Forbes is 6th. 7th is Bartlett. 8th is Fuller. 9th right now is Mike Cousins as they bring it off of turn number 4 and across the line for lap number 2. Andy Howard well in control of that GN Auto Parts 21. Looking pretty good here. Of course, this racetrack, very quick, very fast. Everybody got their foot planted to the floorboard, trying to get some speed right now as they work through turns 3 and 4. Sean Shaw right there to try to challenge the race leader as they cross the line at lap number 3. 5 laps left. 3 are complete. And Andy Howard trying to run away from Sean Shaw as we watch the battle here with Lucas Fuller and Jordan McCready. They're dicing it up for positions 4 and 5 at the moment. In the meantime, Howard's starting to draw away from Sean Shaw down in front as Jordan McCready slips by the 74 of Fuller to get through. He'll pick up the 4th spot. Fuller back to 5th. Bartlett, Fuller in car number 19 trying to work his way towards the front, but on this kind of racetrack, really tough to do that with everybody pretty well wide open around the speedway as Howard continues to show the way at lap number 5. 3 laps left to go as Bartlett gets by Lucas Fuller for position. Now Tim Fuller sneaks by in the inside lane, so Bartlett and Fuller trying to make their way towards the front here in the late going. Bartlett 5th, Tim Fuller now 6th, 7th is Preston Forbes, 8th is Lucas Fuller, and 9th is Michael Cousins with 2 laps left to go. Battle is on for the race lead right now. Andy Howard has it by about 3 car lengths. Sean Shaw trying to close in here as they work through turn number 3 and 4. Watch Shaw, he gets a good run going into the turn, but Andy Howard a little stronger up off the turn. White flag in the air, 3 car length separation into turn number 1, but Howard keeps it going as Sean Shaw pushes wide up off the turn one more time. That'll be it. I believe Andy Howard has enough to get to the finish and win this heat race up off of turn number 4. Back down to the line. Andy Howard collects the win, his first heat win of the season. Sean Shaw 2nd. Jordan Kelly 3rd, followed by Jordan McCready, Ryan Bartlett, Tim Fuller, Preston Forbes, Lucas Fuller, and Mike Cousins. So that will do it. Andy Howard finally to victory lane in a heat race here in 2022. It's been a while since he's won a feature race here at Can-Am and would love to change that here tonight as heat race number 1 is done. Heat race number 2 ready to roll next. So it will be Derek Webb aboard the 66W on the pole. Alongside will be Scott Webb in the 18, both from Brownville. Row number 2, a pair of Edwards natives in row 2. It's R.J. Tresetter, the 21R, 23J of Jeff Sykes. Row number 3, Billy Dunn out of Watertown, the 49, along with the 3 New York's Lance Willix in the 31. Tyler Meeks from Evans Mills in the number 9, along with the 21, to Taylor Caprera from Watertown, and Governor of New York's Mike Mandigo. Mikey Mandigo in the 26 will roll from spot number 9. And Derek Webb really wants to go. And going to wait for the green flag to come out. So white flag will be displayed this time by Derek Webb, Scott Webb on the front row, R.J. Tresetter, Jeff Sykes, row 2, Billy Dunn, Lance Willix, row 3, Tyler Meeks, Taylor Caprera, row 4, and Mike Mandigo will complete the field. This is the 37th heat race of the season for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. Tyler Meeks, over the week off, got some pretty cool graphics on the side of that number 9. It was plain red when he first got it. Ran really good here the last couple of weeks, and also ran strong on the most recent Dirt Car 358 Series race at Thunder Mountain. Right now, he's right there inside of row number 4 alongside Taylor Caprera. Green lights are on, and we're back underway. We'll see which Webb gets the better of who as Mandigo slips wide in turns 1 and 2, keeps it on the racetrack. In the meantime, looks like Derek Webb's going to get the better of Scott into turn number 3 and 4. Derek does the slider. Scott Webb back to second. It's Derek Webb, the race leader, into turn number 1 and 2. Scott Webb back to second. Third is Willix. Fourth right now is R.J. Tresetter. Jeff Sykes launched a power plant a couple of weeks ago at Brockville, has got this new motor underneath the hood of that ride. And right now, he has lost a spot out there on the racetrack as they head up into turn number 3 and 4 to Billy Dunn as they bring it back across the line for lap number 2. As Dunn and Tresetter going at it for position number 4. Taylor Caprera and Jeff Sykes going at it behind them as Dunn will clear Tresetter down the back straightaway for position number 4. Trying to catch Lance Willix in third. In the meantime, Derek Webb getting the best of the Webb family battle up front. Scott Webb there for second. Willix still third as we watch the battle with R.J. Tresetter and Billy Dunn as they go at it once again. Tresetter gets the 4 spot back. Billy Dunn back there in the 5 spot trying to figure out a way back by. In the meantime, Jeff Sykes in their tire tracks in 6th. Off of turn number 4, back across the line. 4 down, 4 to go for Derek Webb. Tresetter slips up again, allows Billy Dunn to get by, so Tresetter back to the 5 spot. Jeff Sykes 6th. Tyler Meeks is 7th. And Taylor Caprera back there in 8th, completing the field as Mandigo has taken the 26 pit side. Off of turn number 4, back down to the line. Half straightaway advantage for Derek Webb at the moment as we watch the battle for positions 5, 6, and 7 on the racetrack with R.J. Tresetter, Jeff Sykes, and Tyler Meeks as they're freight training down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. But right now, Derek Webb is driving away from the field with 2 laps left to go. Scott Webb still there by himself in second. Lance Willix has got some company now in the form of Billy Dunn for position number 3 as they work in turns 1 and 2. Behind them, Tresetter rides in 5th as we watch the battle with Willix and Dunn. They're going at it for spot number 3 and 4 on the racetrack. Dunn trying to catch him with the white flag here. Final trip around for Derek Webb. Scott Webb still second. Willix doing a good job holding Billy Dunn at bay for position number 3 at the moment. In the meantime, Derek Webb is all by himself. He's checked out here on a Friday night cruise. Derek Webb will roll to victory lane in heat race number 2, collecting his 2nd heat win of the year. Scott Webb in 2nd, battle on for 3rd. It will go to Willix. Billy Dunn, R.J. Tresetter at the line for 6th. It will be Tyler Meeks. Jeff Sykes and Taylor Caprera will complete the rest of your field.
The 5Y of Matt Yoder, and alongside him is the
So there's a couple of heat events from Can-Am Speedway. Again, you can buy that broadcast for $19.99. Now we're going to take you down to the Big Diamond Speedway. Taking a look here, see who's on track. I believe this might be a sportsman heat race. Looks like it could be that way. We'll throw it over to Dino Alberto, see what he's got for us again. But heat race action here from Big Diamond is underway.
He is racing in the Mia Guy's car. And it looks like Caitlin Bailey has elected to start from the rear, so that will move up Daryl Dissinger to the pole and Matt Yoder to the outside in the Chrisman's Meats number 5 car. A little bit of contact there between the 2 5s actually, of Dissinger and Yoder, and on the outside is Kyle Kania. Now Kyle, as we said, he's currently 4th in points. For all intent and purposes, he is going to finish in the top 5 in the point standings right now. But you got a guy like Matt Yoder. He did actually lead the points for 1 week this season. He has dropped back to 7th. And a good, respectable finish here, which he is very capable of, could land him in the top 5 before it's all said and done. And not bad for what is his actual full first season of modified racing. Out in front, looking very strong right now, the X5 of Daryl Dissinger. Daryl is 8th in the standings. He has only one top 5 finish. It was a 4th that happened at the beginning of this month. Racing strong down that front straightaway to hold on to that race lead. Yoder in 2nd spot, about, I'd say, as many as 10 car lengths back. But for the moment, he's got a good one going on because Kyle Kania is looking to his inside as they drag race down the back chute, running side by side in 3 and 4. On the inside is the 17G. Kyle Kania into 2nd position, but it's almost a dead heat. We're going to call it. We're going to call it back for a little bit here because we have 2 cars that have come together in turn number 4. Looks like the number 33 is one of them, the 33S of Skylar Sheriff. I believe the other car is the 13 of Tyler James. Tyler James has made 3 appearances with us here this year, qualifying each of those times with a best finish of 13th. 33S of Skylar Sheriff has also raced 3 times and coming off an 8th place finish last Friday night. The Messy Pig, number X5 of Daryl Dissinger, will be the leader when we go back to green. Then Ottsville, Pennsylvania's Kyle Kania in the 17G. Canal Side Pizza and Subs, Manning Profit Group, Iggy Trucking and Rigging, Scott Kania Lettering, JP Group, Alpha Family Restaurant, and Norton's Cork and Bottle car will restart in 2nd position. So as we said, between Brandon Edgar and Danny Buckafuska, the 2 title contenders here, with Edgar, of course, 172 points to the good, and Logan Watt will indeed, no matter what happens tonight, finish in 3rd. Kyle Kania is in a position to most likely finish in 4th spot in points. Kyle is one of just 6 drivers that have run every feature so far, 14 of them. And they also include Edgar, Buckafuska, Watt, Olenek, and Matt Yoder.
We're going to come back in the studio here for a minute while they clear up the incident down there at Big Diamond. Again, they're running their sportsman heats right now, but just had a couple cars get tangled up, so things going a little funky there. So I'm going to look at some updates here in the results heading over to Utica, Rome, we gave you Jamaica's Hole, Alan Barker. Alex Jankowski also won the third and final heat race there. A few rainouts here to report. Lernerville Speedway rained out tonight. Mohawk International, as I mentioned at the drop of the show. Autodrome Granby in Quebec also rained out. Other heat winners, Albany Saratoga, C.G. Maury, Keith Flack, and Demetrius Jealous. You saw a couple of those heat races earlier in the night. So right now here we're going to take a brief pause here on Dirt Track Digest TV, show you some upcoming events. Thank our supporters, and then we'll be back to wrap things up. Again, we'll get you some heat racing action from Big Diamond. Not sure what's going to happen at Penn. They are still working on the racetrack, so if you're a night owl, you got a chance, man. It's gonna be a late night down there. They're grading the track, trying to get that thing back into racing shape. And my hat's off to them, if I had a hat on, that they're attempting to get this program in here this evening. So again, we'll be right back here on DirtTrackDigest.tv Power Hour.
High Torque of New York is your one-stop shop for all torque tool and industrial bolting needs. High Torque is the industry leader for torque and tension products with more than 50 years in business. Buy or rent pneumatic, battery-powered, or hydraulic units to easily loosen or accurately torque nuts and bolts. When it comes to service, no one matches High Torque of New York's 24/7 coverage with on-site torque wrench calibration and repair, rentals, training, and bolting solutions. Putting the torque in New York.
DirtTrackDigest.tv is your #1 source for watching dirt track racing live or on demand from anywhere.
Johnson, and they make contact!
On your smartphone, tablet, computer, or TV. DirtTrackDigest.tv is the ultimate streaming experience for race fans, brought to you by race fans. DirtTrackDigest.tv. If it's on dirt, it's on DirtTrackDigest.tv.
Well, welcome back to Dirt Track Digest TV Power Hour. We're in hour and a half into this one, but Mother Nature's been a little rough here tonight, but still going strong. Albany Saratoga Speedway, they are just getting into their feature events here this evening. Can-Am Speedway still working their way through their heat race events. Penn, they're working on the racetrack down there. And then as I look here, Big Diamond is working, getting ready to, looks like, to almost go back to racing action down there with the sportsman division. So we're going to have they got a couple of sportsman heats rolling there. And then they will have their 3 heats for the modifieds here tonight, which good field of cars. Looks like they had 26, 27 cars signed in down there. So we'll go head back out there in just a little bit. What we do want to show you is, again, we kind of give you a look at our Friday night. We've given you a look at all of our Friday night tracks here tonight, and we did highlight Thunder Mountain Speedway earlier. So now we want to show you some highlights from the Lebanon Valley Speedway and last Saturday night's main event. They have their championship night coming up, and then, of course, next weekend, Saturday night, they have the Super Dirt Car Series in over Labor Day weekend. This week you'll be able to watch that event on DirtTrackDigest.tv. Next week that event will be on Dirt Vision. So with a break in the action here going on kind of at every place that we're going to go to right now, let's take a look at the highlights from last week from Lebanon Valley Speedway, not Speedway. Yeah, that was good.
We'll see what happens 30 laps from now as we go to green. With tonight's third car big block 1-5 feature underway. Up into turn number 1. Going to be Colby Schroeder grabbing early race lead. LJ Lombardo on the top trying to come with him. Battling side to side with John Virgilio down the back straightaway for the second spot. Entering turn 3. Looks like it's going to be L.J. Lombardo grabbing number 2 spot away, but it's Colby Schroeder leading left number 1. Side to side, the battle for 4th as Keith Flack challenges Kyle Sheldon. Flack will get on by. He'll make the pass, so give 4th spot here to Keith Flack. And now L.J. Lombardo shuts it down here in the front straightaway, your second place runner. Looks like he's out of power. Trouble for the 35 of the King of Spring, L.J. Lombardo. Meanwhile, up ahead, Keith Flack has run down second place, John Virgilio. So this is the race for second spot for Virgilio in the 8 Colorusso & Son 74 car, formerly driven by J.R. Hefner. But off of turn 4, Keith Flack in trouble. Keith Flack right here with a flat tire on the right rear, blows it and shreds it. The rookie driver battling for the race lead as we go back to green. Colby Schroeder, John Virgilio, 1 and 2. Side to side for 3rd, Brett Haas and Kyle Sheldon. Brett Haas with a 55, getting a run on Sheldon up into turn number 3. Brett Haas on the inside, Kyle Sheldon on the high side. They race off of 4 for 3rd. Brett Haas has got the 3rd place spot. He's going after 2nd, shooting by John Virgilio. Grabs 2nd just like that in a flash. So Brett the Threat on the move, takes over the number 2 spot. Race for 3rd, look out, Virgilio into the wall! A big hit up in turn 3 for John Virgilio. They'll go single file down the back straightaway. Eddie Marshall gaining ground on the front 3. Colby Schroeder a little wide up in turn 4. Kicks up a rooster tail. Trying to find a cushion up there to lean out a little bit. Here to turn 1. It's still Schroeder in command. Colby on the last lap. Andy McKinney side to side with Mark Johnson. And the race for 3rd place down the back straightaway up into turn 3. McKinney will get him. Meanwhile, double checker flags are out here in front for Colby Schroeder. Schroeder wins in the summer of 2022.
He's unbuckled, helmet is off, he's climbing out, and he's into victory lane. Tonight's 3rd car, big block modified feature event winner is Colby Schroeder.
So congratulations go out to Colby Schroeder down there in victory lane.
Oh, there you go. Lebanon Valley Speedway, Colby Schroeder getting the victory there. I see some questions coming in here from some folks. Hello, Stephen from Forestport. Thanks for watching. George Smith watching from Albany Saratoga as he takes in the action there. See some folks asking if Albany Saratoga is going. Yes, they are. You can switch on over to DirtTrackDigest.tv. And you can purchase the broadcast for just $21.99. Again, you got Can-Am live and up and running right now. They are on sale for just $19.99. $24.99. You can catch the action from Big Diamond Speedway. They were working through their 602 Sportsman heats, and this is heat 2. So I think what we're going to do there to wrap up tonight's broadcast here of Dirt Track Digest TV Power, hour and a half at this point, is to give you the 3rd and final Sportsman heat there, and then we'll roll you into the first modified heat, and then we'll call it an evening here. But again, thanks to everybody for watching here this evening. Hope you're enjoying episode number 2 of Power Hour. Again, the point here, we just want to highlight some of the great racetracks that we stream out of each week. We hope you purchase the broadcast, support these racetracks, because without your support, we've seen it this year, and we've seen it, things are not kind for racetracks right now. So the point of this show each week is to highlight what we do here on Dirt Track Digest TV, but to give our partners an opportunity to be shown off to the world and let everybody see it for free, and then hopefully you'll go purchase one of our great broadcasts going on here tonight. So again, Albany Saratoga up and running, Big Diamond, Can-Am off and going, and the only other broadcast we're waiting to see what happens. They are grading the track at Penn. So Penn, if you want to switch over to racereport.tv, that's where you can purchase tonight's broadcast and watch some action from Penn Speedway. They're still working the track, so it's probably going to be a late night there, but hey, if you are ready to watch some racing all night long, that's where you can go. And again, you can switch on over to racereport.tv. All right, let's see what else we got. See if there's any more results coming in here tonight. Nope, looks like we've hit you with everything that has happened. Oh, hold on, Williams Grove. Oh, no, that's last week. They're still working things down there. The All-Star Circuit of Champions is at Williams Grove tonight, so they're still working. Again, we kicked off the show showing our friends at Ransomville and from the highlights from last night. So what heat are we working here in the Sportsman over at Big Diamond? Again, I'm trying to watch and see what's going on here. A lot of things going on. I love this stuff. I love it, the opportunity to interact with the great race fans out there and chat with you folks. Thanks, Mark, for watching. Dakota, thanks for watching, sir. Appreciate it. All of you folks online, I appreciate it. Hopefully you're going to watch some of the great racing we got at some other places. Again, some big events coming up next weekend. It is championship weekend for basically every track that we stream out of. So most tracks are going championship weekend. Tomorrow night, championship weekend at Thunder Mountain Speedway. We talked about a little bit about that. Alan Barker currently having the point lead down there. Shane Spoonhour, Lance Willix in the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds battling for that title. So it looks like, let's see, what do we got here? We had a delay up at Can-Am. They're getting things rolling there. They had a little bit of an incident in the Dirt Car Sportsman. Guys are really aggressive tonight at Can-Am. But to be expected, all these tracks, Mother Nature, wreaking havoc today. They're getting the shows in, but they definitely a little bit different than what the drivers are used to on a week-in, week-out basis. So it looks like it's Heat 3. It is indeed Heat 3 for the Sportsman over at Big Diamond. So, again, I'm going to throw it to that. My good friend Dino Alberto on the call, and we'll stay there for a couple of heat races before we wrap up tonight's edition of DTD TV Power Hour. I think being the guy that owns the thing, I could say it the right way, But, hey, it happens. It happens. So let's throw it over to Big Diamond for 602 Sportsman Heat 3.
The 1 junior in second spot right now as Oleski running in the lead position with some heavy pressure. Look at the 1 junior for a moment there, sneaking a peek to the inside. He and Logan Watt battling with it, and no surprise there. There is Edgar on the bottom of the racetrack down the back straightaway. It is a bevy of close competition going on. Throw a blanket over these guys. That's the way they're going to exit out of turn number 4 with the second circuit now being put away. Logan Watt on the inside battling for the lead spot. Now remember, 7 times this year he has been a heat race winner. He is going to finish 3rd in points no matter what happens here tonight in his sophomore season. And he is going for an unprecedented 8th heat race win. But I'll tell you who's making it tough on him is Oleski. However, that time by as they cross the stripe, the number 4M once again showing the way in a qualifying event. Brandon Edgar running in 3rd position ahead of Talon Carter. Talon is the opening night winner here at Big Diamond Speedway, and he also, if things go his way, and you consider a 3rd place last week, a 3rd place 2 weeks ago, 6 top 5s, he could realistically also finish in the top 5 in points. Of course, that will be the team goal right now. Logan Watt comes down that front straightaway. Driver out of Boyertown, Pennsylvania, in the Ronnie's Auto Repair, Birdsboro, Napa Auto Parts, CTC Construction Inc. car. Getting the 2-to-go sign, and he is a full straightaway ahead of the number 30-plus car of Brandon Oleski. Oleski out of Clark Summit, PA, in the Urban Electrical Contractors Walker Law Secchio Experiences Junkin Monkey car. White flag is out. Logan Watt has caught Mackenzie Smith, who's down the back straightaway. And he first tries the inside and says, you know what, I'll take it to the top side. This is the final corner, the final lap of heat race number 3. And Logan Watt, in the final point race of the season, he is going to take his 8th heat race win of the year. Brandon Edgar is shown in 2nd spot, and that is only going to help him in his effort, basically having to take the green, barring no major catastrophes here. Just needs to basically take the green in order to sew up the championship. Brandon Oleski finishes a solid 3rd. Talon Carter, Xavier Sprague, and Alex Bartarillo all in the qualifying positions.
So here we go with the final heat of the night here on DirtTrackDigest.tv Power Hour. As we got a modified heat race number 1 from Big Diamond Speedway rolling out. Brett Kressley chasing the championship here. He's got Dwayne Howard and Craig Von Dorn hot on his heels, and he'll be with us here in Heat 1.
For Corey Reniger. The $10 sign is Scott Albert. He starts second. Cliff Quinn in the 69C and the 14W. Ryan Watt in row number 2. Starting fifth in the 20R, Nick Rochinski, followed by your point leader in the 19K, Brett the Threat Kressley. 7th starting position is the T102 of Sean Fitzpatrick, just recently celebrating a birthday. Dave Dissinger in the 88XF. And car number 28 is Tom Solerick. He's making his first attempt of the year. As they say, green, 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 we are racing. Corey Reniger, we've seen him in the 3C. Tonight he's driving the 5A as his car number. Still the same paint scheme on the All-American red, white, and blue Stars and Stripes car. And he'll come down that front straightaway holding off a very determined $10 sign of Scotty Albert and the 14W of Ryan Watt. He took second place away coming out of corner number 2 as we are in the thick of the second lap here. Down the front straightaway, Reniger still holding on to that top position. Oh, and he's a little bit off the mark there. Trips up going through turns 1 and 2. Taking quick advantage of that is Watt. Ryan assumes the lead now. We just saw his son, Logan, win the 3rd qualifier for the crate cars, and now it's Dad out there doing his thing. Former Cold Cracker winner here. As a matter of fact, the last time he won here at Big Diamond Speedway was 2 years ago in the Cold Cracker. And he led the brunt of those laps, taking home a more than bigger chunk of not just the $17,000, but all of that lap money that went along with it. Reniger holding on as much as he can. Now there is a very important battle going on out there. As Brett Kressley in 3rd spot, he's got to get as many points as possible, and he has been the kingpin this year in heat races. 7 times a heat race winner, and that has been the big difference right now if you think about where he is in the points, of just 30 ahead of Dwayne Howard, who only has won twice in qualifiers. Ryan Watt checking out on this deal here. The battle for second continued to be extremely heated. Kressley now to the top side with the 19K. He completes it going on the outside line and down the back straightaway into the runner-up position as laps are dwindling down here. Ryan Watt circles out of that 4th corner, still looking as strong as ever, followed by now Kressley. Kressley can get some big, big points here. So 20 points for first here tonight. If Kressley finishes where he is right now, that'll be 15 more points to his total as we head into the feature. And the yellow is out. A car has spun on the top of turn number 2. It's the 69 of Cliff Quinn. Cliff has campaigned with us all season long, as he usually does. He is currently 19th in points. Now this sets up a very interesting set of circumstances here. Brett Kressley has won 7 times in heat races this year. Why do we emphasize that? Because Dwayne Howard and Craig Von Dorn have only won twice, and there is a lot of points that are being exchanged there. If Kressley holds on for another one, that's 20 additional points going his way when we begin the feature. If that's again a big if. Ryan Watt has looked strong as you could possibly imagine, which he usually is. He continues to lead here, but if Kressley on this restart gets the better of him, that's only going to be insurance for him heading into the main event. Now Craig Von Dorn will be in the upcoming heat race, and Dwayne Howard will be in the 3rd heat race. And they both start back in 5th position in their respective qualifiers. In 3rd restarting spot will be the 5A of Corey Reniger, Scott Albert, Nick Rochinski, and Dave Dissinger is in the final qualifying position right now with the 88XF. Sean Fitzpatrick in T102 is behind him, battling for that last qualifying spot, and they touch each other in turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, up in the front, Ryan Watt said he's got the better of that one, and he holds on and maintains the lead with 2 to go. All season long, Ryan Watt has been in one of the Fitzpatrick T102 cars, qualifying 9 out of 13 times and twice winning in a qualifier. He has only led one feature this year for a half dozen laps. And look at this, side by side down the front straightaway. You don't think Kressley's in it to win it here? They make a little contact, and in the exit of turn number 1, Kressley comes out ahead on this one. This is going to be a great championship effort here tonight. Brett Kressley did exactly what he needed to do, pick up those insurance markers, and that was his class-leading 8th heat race win of the year. You can mark that down, that no one will come close to him, even despite what we have next week. Top heat race winner of the 2022 season, and 20 very important points going to him. Ryan Watt will have to settle for second spot. Corey Reniger was third.
Well, welcome back to the studio. Whew, that was a battle in that heat race. You can see Ryan Watt a little upset with Brett Kressley after that one. Got a little heated, but Kressley came into the night with a point advantage, looking to hold that point advantage. Again, they do heat race points at Big Diamond and feature points. So Kressley needed those points. He got 20 big points there. If you want to watch the rest of that broadcast, you can visit DirtTrackDigest.tv. Again, $24.99 to capture championship night here from Big Diamond. So with that, we're going to wrap things up here on this edition of DirtTrackDigest.tv Power Hour. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight, watched the broadcast. We've had a blast. We've had fun having you on here. Had a fun chatting with you in the chat here on our Facebook Live and on DirtTrackDigest.YouTube. So again, Albany Saratoga still rolling. Big Diamond, Can-Am, they are going strong. Penn Can still working the Speedway down there, trying to get things going. I'm still not seeing cars on the racetrack, but I know the grader's been out there. They're doing everything they can to get that show in. You can get that one on Dirt Track Digest or Race Report. TV. Now, for all of us here at DirtTrackDigest.tv, we thank you so much for being with us. We've had a great time. For my producer, GT Smith, who's in my ear, he's been talking to me all night long, telling me what's going on here. To everybody on the team that's helped build this show, it's been great. It's been fantastic. So thanks, everybody, for watching. And on behalf of all of us at Dirt Track Digest, my name is Mike Mallett. Thank you so much for being here with us, and we will catch up with you next Friday night for our final edition here of Power Hour for 2022, as we'll take you through championship night at our local racetracks.